Yeah. States of Illusion. I am Brother Harlem. Today, co-hosting is Brother Roger. We're going to get right into it. Mike Tomlin walked away from millions of dollars. And we're going to discuss it. Before we do all of that, let's just get right into some of these video clips we done put together for y'all. Let's get it.
Message to the fan base after another disappointing.
Again, when you don't get it done, words are cheap. It's about what you do or you don't do. And so I appreciate the question, but people talk too much in our business. Particularly when you're in this tournament, talk's cheap. It's about what you do or don't do. And certainly as a collective, we didn't do it today.
A decision about your future?
I'm not even in that mindset as I sit here tonight. I'm more in the mindset of what transpired in this stadium and, certainly what we did and didn't do. Not a big picture mentality as I sit here tonight.
Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin says he is stepping down after 19 seasons on the job. Tomlin's announcement comes less than 24 hours after the Steelers were eliminated from the playoffs by the Houston Texans. He had won the Super Bowl in 2009 and never had a losing season during his time in Pittsburgh. In a statement, team president Art Rooney said he is, quote, extremely grateful for Tomlin's time with the Steelers. This means there are now 9 open head coaching jobs in the NFL.
Steve, I just had these reports that Mike Tomlin got terminated or stepped down.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Mike Tomlin stepped down at Pittsburgh.
He did? Is it official?
That's what I keep hearing. So, is he a candidate here?
Holy shit, Mike. Wouldn't that be awesome? Only if John takes the Pittsburgh job. Wow. Wouldn't that be interesting? I don't know. That thing last week maybe disqualified him for my opening after our kicker missed a kick to let them advance. Good for Mike. Yeah, I don't know. Talk to him.
We've got breaking news from the NFL. Mike Tomlin is stepping down as head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's the latest from our Jonathan Jones. Tomlin is fresh off a 30-6 loss to the Texans in the wild card round of the playoffs, extending his postseason losing streak to an NFL record 7 games. He closes the book on Tomlin's 19 seasons in Pittsburgh, where he stepped away as the NFL's longest tenured head coach. Tomlin leaves the Steelers with a 193, 114, and 2 career record, as well as 1 championship, beating the Cardinals back in Super Bowl 43.
Message to the fan base after another disappointing.
Again, when you don't get it done, words are cheap. It's about what you do or you don't do. And so I appreciate the question, but people talk too much in our business.
All right, man. This is amazing. We found somebody in the NFL with morals to say this is no longer what I need to be. This funny to me because most coaches would rather get fired and get their contracts bought out. So for Mike Tomlin to walk away and potentially lose the last year of his contract, I think that's amazing. And I think it's stupid. I don't even think it's amazing. I think it's stupid because you can't protect your identity by quitting when you done stunk the joint up if you the one being held for blame. But go ahead, Uncle Roger, give us your initial.
Well, I got a little different views on it. I'm going to say this. First of all, I know most people don't understand it, but might not never relate to it. But Mike Tomlin of the Pittsburgh Steelers is a good football coach.
I want to hit the last button, but keep going.
I'm going to back this up with you with some facts.
Okay.
All right. Now, you can have whoever you want to call as the best coach you ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
If you put a bunch of misfits out there for him to try to win games, it's not going to happen.
I'm about to go ahead and ding you up early because I'm going to tell you something. Bill Belichick only had one man, Tom Brady. Everybody, and you had some good players in New England. But they weren't all necessarily superstars without playing with Tom Brady. So I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and agree with you that Mike Tomlin is a good head coach. The man won in 2009 the Super Bowl against the Cardinals where, what was my man name? Santana Holmes caught that toe tag, that toe drag swag in the corner of the end zone, which didn't seem like he really did it. But go ahead, flow yours.
Well, let me go ahead and back this up now. All right. Now, Pittsburgh Steelers, everybody talking about all the seasons they've gone without winning a playoff game. Right? But they always be at the record-wise in the middle of the pack of all NFL teams. So that means when they have the draft, you're not going to get any top picks. All right. I checked the facts already.
But see, you going back to now you said Mike Tomlin was a good head coach.
Well, let me go where I'm going.
Okay.
And see, when you get mediocre picks, that's what your team gonna be, mediocre. That's why they is in the middle of the pack. So it would take a good coach to get the most out of what he got to work with.
All right. Now, my response to your start is Michael Jordan was the greatest of all time, yes or no?
Yes.
Did Michael Jordan play with everybody on? Was everybody on any roster Jordan wanted to chip with? Was they the best players in the NBA?
No.
So how did Mike elevate other people's game, but Tomlin can't do it?
This is something Mike said. He said it himself. He said, the reason why I'm so successful because of all the times he lost. Everybody forget about how many times he lost getting to that point.
But once Mike got there, and we ain't talking Tomlin, we talking Jordan right now, right?
Right now.
When Jordan got to the spot, he was playing with Steve Kerr's, Bill Winnington's, Bill Cartwright's. He wasn't playing with no superstars. Now, he had Scottie Pippen, guaranteed all-star. But Mike Jordan elevated other people's game. So how did Mike Tomlin go almost with, if he won in 2009, this 2026, so what is 17 years of not getting there?
Yeah, and when you got some of the worst teams in the league getting the best players coming out of college, sooner or later, that's going to catch up with you. I don't care who.
Well, answer me this question. Why didn't Mike Tomlin walk away earlier? When he was still hot on the scene as a good head coach, how did he go losing? Okay, he had a winning record as a head coach. Now, I'm saying all of these things because black head coaches don't normally last that long and not win it all. But for him to win it one time and never again, and every year since then, they just been mediocre in my. Now they banged up in the AFC North? Or?
Yeah, AFC North.
Okay, now they banged, and they mainly banged against the Baltimore Ravens because the Cleveland Browns ain't no real. Then there might be conference battles, but Cleveland ain't never been no real big threat to nothing. Now, what's the other team?
Cincinnati.
And the Cincinnati
Baltimore.
Bengals. Okay, so that's the foes. It's Cincinnati, Baltimore, the Steelers, and the Ravens, right? So you mean to tell me that Mike Tomlin is such a good head coach, he wasn't able to get on a real run like Bill Belichick? The flow yours.
No, because you mentioned Tom Brady. Ain't but one Tom Brady.
He had Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, and we won when we had it.
How many did y'all win?
We won one.
But Bill Belichick and Brady won 6 of them.
That goes back to what I'm saying. Now, when you got mediocre players, it take a good coach to get enough out of them to be winning.
Okay, so you basically saying winning is not having a losing season.
Yeah, I mean, you're winning, but you in the middle of the pack. And that's what it goes down to. That's when by the time draft night come and you get your pick, all the best players are gone.
So is Mike Tomlin was he the GM of the Steelers?
Nope.
Okay, so you saying Mike Tomlin is a good head coach, and for 17 years, I can't remember how many years it's been since he won. He ain't won a playoff game in 16 years or something like that, right?
Right. But the point is, until you get some, I ain't gonna say dogs. I ain't gonna call them that. But you gotta have some. I don't care how great of a coach he is.
Mhm.
Some players is like Michael Jordan and Tom Brady is just one of a kind. Everybody ain't gonna be like
So
that.
you saying Mike Tomlin a good head coach, but he doesn't have good players.
Well, I'm viewing a head coach as I'm not putting how you win. That's not how I call.
Hold on. What do you mean by you got to explain it?
A
Man.
good head coach is getting the best out of whatever you have to work with.
So he got the best out of what he had.
What he had to work with. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm not gonna argue with you, but go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Actually, the Pittsburgh Steelers, all they've had the last few years, is a bunch of misfits. Be honest with you.
You know I got to do it. I had to do it because you ain't lying right there. I definitely agree with you. They've been a ragtag, miss-alone team for a long time. They've been a ragtag, miss-alone team for a long time. But my thing is, did he just come to a conclusion that, man, this ain't going to turn around?
Well, sometimes, being in one place a long time, you just want a fresh start. Like you see what I got behind my background.
That's right. Go ahead.
You want a fresh start. Sometimes that's what it takes. And that way he can get off from under this. Because they're going to be always this BL.
But this is what I'm trying to say. It don't matter if he walked away or got fired.
Mm-hmm.
His record going to follow him.
Definitely. That's going to follow him. And also the fact, I bet you can take a survey. Many people think he should have been fired. All right?
Years ago,
right? But when I don't care nothing about all this, 19 seasons without a losing record. Me personally, it ain't worth a fact.
Because that's your team in the NFL.
No.
So you might have a bias. You might be a little biased on this. So you saying the Steelers ain't your NFL team now?
They my NFL team, but I ain't proud of the fact that you went 19 seasons without a losing record.
I'm starting to smell somebody trying to cover up their tracks, man.
No, what I'm saying, that ain't worth a fat baby in my opinion.
Okay.
I don't care how many winning seasons you done had, but you're not delivering championships.
Okay, and that's why I'm saying it's hard for me to say he was a good head coach because a good head coach will have more respect in the front office of the team that he played for, unless you get ready to tell me that the Rooney family didn't really give him nothing but a string and a leash. The flow yours.
Well, I don't know about a string and a leash, but they
didn't fire him.
Yeah.
He quit.
Yeah.
So now you telling me a good Bill Belichick, 6 championships, he got fired. Bill Belichick didn't quit.
I know.
He got fired. Now you telling me that Mike Tomlin is a good head coach and quit on the team. The floor yours.
Now Belichick, was he a good coach?
He was a damn good coach. He the best coach the NFL ever seen.
Was that because he had the GOAT at quarterback?
It's because everything Bill done. Bill ran good players out of town.
Well,
Bill took good players and they won a championship. And the next season, guess what he did? He replaced them with less talent and still won. Now, you explain to me how Mike Tomlin is a better coach.
Well, if he was that great, why did he end up out of New England?
Politics got something to do with it. Now, you trying to get me right here. I give you that. Bill Belichick coached with an iron fist.
Well, see,
Mike Tomlin didn't coach with an iron fist. Mike Tomlin iron fist was in interviews. He talked the talk, but he couldn't walk the walk. And maybe his team and his players didn't respect him, man.
Well, let me give you an example. I got a good example for you.
Go ahead.
All right, Bill Belichick. You can say he was the greatest coach ever, or you could already Tom Brady was the greatest quarterback ever. That's out. So if you got the greatest quarterback and the greatest coach ever, all right, you're gonna win. But okay, if Belichick the greatest coach, but he goes to coach in North Carolina and get his butt kicked all season, why?
Okay, now I see what you doing. You trying to box me in right here, but I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna fight out of this. College ain't the NFL. These guys in college are still progressing and building they commitment to football. In the NFL, you got real contracts. Now nowadays college do have the NIL money, but Bill Belichick in college ranks in the NCAA, just this is way of trying to return. And they say that Bill basically setting up North Carolina to bring his son on as the head coach. So, and I'm not here to stand up. Now, I don't think that Bill Belichick is a better person than Mike Tomlin, for example.
We don't know either one.
But Bill ruled with a fist, and to be a head coach on the top level, you got to be real. I don't know one player Mike Tomlin decided that you good, but you ain't good enough for us.
Well, I can. Damn near all of them.
Now, you know what? Being real, it might be one player. I don't know how to. Antonio, what's his name?
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
He might be the only one that. And see, Mike. This the thing. This is what I'm trying to get to. I'm not saying Mike Tomlin a good coach for not having one losing season.
Yeah.
That will consider you a good coach in today's NFL.
Yeah.
But he only got one championship.
Yeah.
Right? And he went 17 years without a playoff victory.
And that is the biggest part right there. All right. And that just explains what I've been saying the whole show. You got mediocre players. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with mediocre players. I don't care how good a coach you is. That just proves for Belichick, the greatest coach ever. But he go to North Carolina and get his butt kicked. A great coach, if he really, really that great, can go anywhere and win. And I don't see, my point is for Tomlin, to get what he got out of what he had to work with. Oh man, it takes something.
I would agree with you. Tomlin ain't had a lot of good players. I definitely agree with you. But for him to quit, because the calls was been out for the last year or two, he needs to go. But for the ownership to allow him to stay and he quit on them, I don't see him as a good coach. The floor yours.
Well, I could still see him as a good coach because it just done got down to the point now where he thinking about himself. He done gave them 19 years, and however the politics, however they went, didn't go in his favor. So for him, time for a fresh start.
Okay, I get you on the fresh start, but I'm just saying, if you quit on a team that you done invested basically 20-something years of your life in, you don't quit, man, make him push you out the door, because if he quit, he losing his own money because he breaking the contract.
Well, see, that's what I tell you. That's one thing I like about him. And once he get all about the money, you're going to lose your skill set.
Okay, but this is a professional business. Yeah. I'm not letting you slide, Tomlin. If you was good, as my uncle sitting here telling me you was good, you should have got fired. Because you're going to get another job. You should have got fired. You should have got walked out that door. You not standing up after 17 years of not getting the job done, and you decide, this it, I'm going to quit. Tom, in my opinion, y'all, and I'm going full screen for myself, Mike Tomlin, you just made black men look like cowards. You should have got fired like all the other head coaches, black head coaches in the NFL. You made us look like cowards, and I don't respect it. The floor yours.
Well, he knew where he was at. They wasn't going to fire him out of respect for him. You know why? Pittsburgh Steelers, their whole existence, have only fired one coach in their whole existence.
Now, you're right. They ain't had as many coaches, right, especially like to a team like the New York Jets. They have not had a lot of coaches. But what I'm saying is, a good head coach got to be forced out, and I'm using that comparison to Bill Belichick. I don't care what he doing in NCAA. Bill Belichick, up to now, going down as the best head coach in the NFL, the history of the NFL, and he got walked out that door. He left with resentment. So Mike Tomlin leaving because the crowd saying it's time to go.
Well, he heard them chants, really. Now, I think, my personal opinion, I think he was already leaning that way during the season.
Okay, so that means he ain't a good head coach if he already knew he was leaving. So he coached this last season with doubt.
No, he gave it all he had while he was there.
Prove it.
That's
yours.
That's the only way to do it. You don't know what's in his mind, but while I'm still there, I don't care if I'm leaving. Say I'm leaving 2 months from now. But if I'm running with you, and we run together, and I got it in my mind, well, when we finish this run, I'm done. But while I'm on this run, you're going to get everything I got.
And guess what I'm going to tell you? Anything that I done, anybody who quit on the job, I ain't got no respect for them.
I can have respect for
Now,
them.
listen, and this not in a personal realm. Because I don't quit jobs.
No, I don't either.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
know what
either.
I'm saying? I have quit jobs. But the job didn't support me like the NFL supported Mike Tomlin.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to, you can look at it like that. But at some point, it's not about the money. It's about you, what going on with you. Even though.
Oh, you going in there.
Let's go.
You going in there, man. You got to go in there.
Yeah.
You just said it's not about the money.
I mean,
So you mean to tell me Mike Tomlin coached all these seasons just to be a leader of men?
No. What I'm saying to you, that's why he walked away. It wasn't that the money going to keep him there. It was his decision. Who will know why? If he said, who knows if it's real? But when it comes down to you coaching for the money, just for the money, like 9 times out of 10, you won't be as successful.
That's an old football league you talking about. This league right here is moving faster than just being loyal. Loyalty don't do nothing but sink battleships in today's time, man.
Well, if I'm coaching a team and I've been there 19 years and I wake up one morning and I decide I want a new start, I don't care how much anybody else say or they think about it right now. This is all about me.
Okay, look, I'm about to hit with a 2-piece. Now, y'all go ahead and pour some cold water on because I'm going to tell you this right here. You know what the Rooney family got the right to say right now?
What's that?
This is what they got the right to say to Mike Tomlin right now.
Yeah.
They got the right to say, after all I done for you, you quit.
Well, the way I was understood about it went down. They met together, and he made that decision after they had their meeting.
Okay, so you saying they basically said, we're going to let you leave with some kind of honor.
They were going to say we mutually agreed to part.
Okay, well, now, if that's the case, I ain't knock you out with that one.
Well, I can, but I can feel why he want to walk away from it. Who knows? He may decide he don't even want to coach anymore. We don't know what. He may come back and coach. He may not. He may go in the studio. Who knows? But right now, the decision that he made.
So you respect this decision?
That's only his decision. I don't know why.
We're going to leave the battle ring and get back to the show, because I don't want to beat you yet, because I know you're going to mess it up somewhere else down the road. Let's end this round right here. Unless you got one more swing at me.
No, I ain't going to swing.
All right, we're going back to our regular program show. I'm saying this. Mike Tomlin, you should have got fired. I would have respected you fighting and clawing until there was no opportunity left. You quitting a league that have a coaching carousel every offseason, I don't respect that, man.
Well, as far as him,
not for the amount of time that he put into this team. Don't walk away from it, man. You not helping, because guess what? Mike Tomlin quitting ain't going to make the Steelers better next year.
No, they're going to actually have to sink all the way to the bottom.
So why did he not get walked out the door, man?
Because as long as he there, they're going to stay mediocre, because he going to keep having these
They
winning
probably would have
seasons.
had to fire him. I would have put pressure on the ownership.
Well,
because he would have found out how much do they truly believe in him. But if you quit or you agreed to walk out with this respect, it's like, man, I worked a plant job one time, right? And they was going on a layoff frenzy. Everybody at work, they like, man, I hope they don't come to my table, man. They walk me out, because then you got to do this walk of shame. Like, man, hey, Brother Harlem, come on with us. We need to take you to the office and talk to you. Then 20 minutes later, they see the security guard Xing you out the door. Like, damn, they fired him. You know what I'm saying? But if you was there like, man, this job is sustaining me and my family, I am not leaving until I get fired. Fight to your death.
Oh, definitely.
That's what I'm really trying to go on. I just been having a little fun with it, but the flow yours.
Yeah, I agree with you saying, man. That's the way I am too. You know, I'm like, whatever I'm doing, especially if I like what I'm doing, I won't walk away from it. You're gonna have to run me out. But in this case, you know, it's a job. It's sports. you've been there. You feel like you done poured out everything you got to this team, and you feel like you just get to the point where you feel like you want a new start, all right, whatever the reason may be. And I'm pretty sure the way Tomlin is, he felt like you can look at it like you're quitting. Some people are like feel like he should have been fired. Maybe he should have.
Okay, now I'm finna show you a video that's about to sink your battleship. And this is my premises. Before I show you this video, this is my premises right here.
Okay.
My premises is Mike already been doing some backdooring. He wasn't the true, I don't think you was the true Steeler Nation fan coach you thought you would. Mike already knew he had another job. He going to Baltimore. Mike Tomlin is on Lamar Jackson. Your new head coach gonna be black as you. And guess what? Mike Tomlin didn't quit this job until he already had one secured. Now watch what Steve Bicatti getting ready to say.
Steve, I just had these reports that Mike Tomlin got terminated or stepped down.
I'm sorry, Mike.
Mike Tomlin stepped down at Pittsburgh.
He did? Is it official?
That's what I keep hearing. So, is he a candidate here?
Holy shit, Mike. Wouldn't that be awesome? Only if John takes the Pittsburgh job.
You see what I'm doing right now, right? I'm showing you the real game. They laughing at this, but when you see the updates, Mike Tomlin just took the Baltimore Ravens head job. You can thank me later. Because I'm telling you, ain't no coach who love the organization who never, man, you know how many times they could have fired him before now?
Oh, yeah, they could have.
And you just quit on him.
Hey.
Or did he get set up to say he quit?
Who knows for real? You can just have your opinion, I can have mine. And you probably is on to something about him going to Baltimore and coaching. You may be on the real.
Look, why take him out of the conference that he most comfortable in?
And something else I've heard too. I've heard this from Lamar Jackson. I would love to play for Mike Tomlin. I've heard that before.
I got to hit the laugh button. See, this is set up. So that loyalty that you stood on at the beginning of the show for Mike Tomlin, I'm cracking the code, man.
Well, that still stands. I'm going to stand on that regardless. I'm going to stand on him.
I mean, you got every right to stand on your truth. Because your truth will always be your truth.
That's right.
And know what? Nobody could defeat that. But I'm going to beat on you if you telling me he a good head coach that quit on his team.
I ain't saying he the best head coach there ever been.
A good head coach that quit on his team is like a good father who stopped being a good father.
A good head coach is like, it's just like a good head coach would be like a Michael Jordan. All right. You might not have the best players, but whatever it is they got in them, whatever it is, whether it's mediocre, good or great or whatever, you can bring it out of them.
I got a bigger question for you. Will Mike Tomlin ever win another Super Bowl? The floor yours.
Well, now, the way things are now, if you go to Baltimore, that ain't promising a Super Bowl.
Okay, I'm going to tell you why he ain't going to never win another Super Bowl.
Why that?
Because players from other teams say, man, you quit on your guys. I don't respect you, and I don't care if we don't win this season.
I don't think other players look at it like that. I've seen interviews from other players talking about it. And every last one of them, ever since he's been coaching, Mike Tomlin's a great coach.
I say Mike Tomlin's a great guy.
That.
I'm not going into he not a great coach. One championship in all those seasons. Now, it's better than some who never get it, but those who never win a championship, they go from job to job to job. The front office never supports them. They get rid of them. Now, for Mike Tomlin to say, you know what, this ain't going to work here, that don't make him a great coach. A great coach, to be a great coach, you gotta win.
Well,
and not just in the regular season. The floor yours.
Well, that goes back to my point, what I was saying earlier. I don't care how great of a coach he is. He got to have something to work with. That's just as simple as that.
I agree with you on all that. But my disagreement with you is this simple one thing. A good head coach get the job done. And we ain't talking NFL regular season is only for stats.
Mm-hmm.
A good head coach is a champion.
And see, same thing happened. See, you got this question too about Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
When Brady left, what happened? They wasn't winning nothing. They ain't won nothing since he left. And so that's why the question raised up.
Damn, you got me right
What
there.
was Belichick?
You got me. You finally got one in, man. But go ahead.
See, it's like the question rose after when that started happening. The question came up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, was it Belichick or was it Brady? Why they was winning? And I think that's why the ownership said, all right.
And I'm going to tell you something, and I don't like to be defeated, but you done cornered me because guess what happened? Brady won without Belichick. Belichick did not win without Brady.
Good point.
Now, see, had you said this before I gave you credit, you'd have knocked me out. I told y'all, man, on States of Illusion, I can get out of just about anything, man. The flow yours, though.
Yeah, that was a good point. Now, Brady did win without Belichick.
He won without him.
And I guess that might have proved that New England was winning with more of Tom Brady than it was Bill Belichick. So, but at the end of the day, I'm going to still give Mike Tomlin, I ain't going to say a great head coach. He was a good one.
Okay, well, you know what? Our research in the back, shout out to my little brother, D/D-Lord. We're going to get him on the show soon. And he running some research in the background. And he's saying John Harbaugh only won one championship too.
Yeah.
So between Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh, it's just swapping teams, man. This was something probably scheduled before the season started. They say, hey, man, if neither one of us make it to the Super Bowl and win it all, we're going to swap head coaches.
Well, you might be on something. You know why? Because this is something that happened a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that? All right. The division was still, Pittsburgh had the lead in the division. All they had to do was beat the lowly Cleveland Browns, and they division winners. If they lose to Cleveland, they got to play Baltimore the next week with everything on the line.
Now you opening up a Pandora's box. Did the Steelers lose to Shedeur Sanders?
Yeah.
I got to hit the live button on that one because, look, man, the NFL, for all y'all hardcore NFL fans that think that this is a 100% real league, this thing got more goddamn, excuse my language, this thing got more theatrics than Hollywood.
You're right. And
The NFL is, the NFL is a joke, man. But go ahead.
That's exactly. When that happened, that told me right then that, I predicted they want to set up this showdown in Pittsburgh between Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Pittsburgh's going to win that game, then go on to lose their first playoff game.
And remember,
I knew it.
In that game, because if Baltimore would have beat Pittsburgh, they would have been in the playoffs, right?
Right.
And they missed the field goal.
And they fired the coach because God missed the field goal.
See, it's all the stage. And that's why I'm saying John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, they small pawns in the game. And to my personal opinion, they getting this recognition as good head coaches, but you can put John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin together, and they still ain't got more championships than Bill Belichick. Go ahead, the floor yours.
But as far as for John Harbaugh, he had one of the premier quarterbacks in the league in Lamar Jackson. That's a difference.
And that's a big difference. That's a big difference. Now, but Lamar Jackson was hurt a lot of this season.
Yeah, a lot this season.
He was hurt a lot. So they lost a lot of games early, and they struggled they struggled because if they'd have lost, had they won more games, it wouldn't have came down to just that one game.
Right. Right. And I thought that's why I looked at it. I say, wait a minute. They setting this up to be a showdown. They set up a couple more of them to be showdowns coming down the end of the season where you was like games would go this way, but it go the other way, and then they come out and say, now you got all on the line for the division next week with this team, and this team, and this team. In which it shouldn't have come down because one team should have beat the other one and wrapped up the division, but they couldn't have that.
Okay, keep going, because you going down the road and I'm about to pull something up.
So, I mean,
I'm about to pull something up that's gonna prove that this is a stage.
I can agree with
I'm
it.
about to prove this a stage. Now look at this video we about to share with y'all right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's watch this.
43.
Message to the fan base after another disappointing one.
Again, when you don't get it done, words are cheap. It's about what you do or you don't do. And so I appreciate the question, but people talk too much in our business.
Okay, now guess who said that? He did.
He did.
He said people talk too much in our business. And this was before all of this new breaking news. And remember, anytime you're dealing with breaking news, something being broken. That's the technology of news and information. Breaking news is something being broken. And what's being broken is the challenges that these two teams face. And all they probably going to do is swap head coaches.
Mm-hmm. So they probably all, both of them got met and went out to eat dinner together.
They probably done did all of that, man. That's why I say, man, watch sports from a different view because this is staged, man.
Yeah. It is.
I want to hear what the Rooney's got to say about this. The
Oh.
people who own the Pittsburgh Steelers, I want to hear them say, well, we respect Mike and we respect this decision, or should they come out and they own honest and say, after all I done for you, because you know, Black America, if white people done helped you and you decide to turn your back on them, what's one thing they always say? You gonna do this to me after all I done for you?
Well, I've seen, it was just a statement going across the bottom of the screen from the Ruder family.
Mm-hmm.
They all spoke in much respect for
Yeah, they just trying to say, hey man, put your application in at the other network or the other job, and we're gonna say you a good head coach.
naturally. And if they feel like, after all these years, what we did, they're not gonna say it publicly.
Yeah, they ain't gonna say it publicly.
And they might have had that meeting when they had a meeting. They might have said it in that
They
meeting.
probably had this meeting before the season
And
started.
and knowing that if you don't win a Super Bowl this year, you out.
Well, like you say, they knew they weren't gonna win the Super Bowl this year.
I knew it. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but I knew they weren't gonna win no Super Bowl.
Yeah, I knew they weren't gonna win. Now I like Aaron Rodgers. He was the best quarterback they had since Big Ben.
And that's a 42-year-old man. So that tell you how bad they quarterback.
Yeah, they was in desperate situations. But why couldn't the Rooney family make the same type of moves Jerry Jones make to get what they want? They didn't want to open up their billfold or their wallet.
Exactly. I can't argue with that. I got to agree with that one.
But guess what? Don't none of that protect me from none of that protect Mike Tomlin from being recognized as a good head coach. He was a decent head coach. And the reason he could only be a decent head coach because he had a long time to stank it up.
Now, decent head coaches never make the playoffs.
What is making the playoffs just to get kicked out in the first round for 12 years in a row?
It's nothing. But when you always, like I say, you're always in the middle of the pack of the wins and the losses, you're not going to get any number one pick. Probably not. I researched during the whole existence of Pittsburgh Steelers. They had they have had three number one picks in the draft. That was back in 70s and 80s.
Okay.
Since then, they haven't had even, I think they had one top 10 pick since then.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time you get your pick, and all the good players are gone.
Why did he last so long without stepping down when he knew it wasn't turning around? Because he knew he made it to the playoffs for 17 years, kicked out in the first round. Why didn't he decide if he'd have quit a long time ago, say, hey, man, I love the organization, but we not headed in the same direction, you would have been a good coach then. But you're not a good coach when you leave 1 year early. After 17 years of losing.
Well, he never had a losing season, so he wasn't losing.
He had a losing season in the playoffs.
Yeah, but that's why he
So
believed.
how many years he lost in the playoffs? Like, was it 12 years in a row?
Nine. He lost 9.
So he lost nine years in a row in the playoffs.
Without winning a playoff
And he
game.
just waited to not to quit.
No, he had that fight. He kept believing then, well, he gonna get it. He gonna
Did
get
he
it.
keep believing, or was he under his contract to get the majority of the money?
No, he renewed his contract 2 or 3 times in that timeline.
And then he quit on the team. They kept giving him more money, and he quit on the team.
That's why I say it wasn't about the money.
He ain't a good head coach.
It was about him getting ready to do what he wanted to do.
Guess what? He done stunk his name up. Look, man, he looked just like me and you. His name already a little stunk up because he had such a bad playoff record. For one, he quit on his team. For two, supposedly, allegedly, he quit on them and said, I ain't gonna try this no more here. That's two. Number three is the respect that he ain't gonna carry to all organizational fans of other teams. I would be like, man, don't bring him here. He ain't won in a long time. I don't want him here.
Oh, well.
If I was a fan of another NFL team, I'm like, yeah, man, let's go get a coach who lost the last so many years in the playoffs, and he gonna turn us around, and we ain't even been to a playoff.
Not gonna happen, but time will tell. I don't see people saying, well, we don't want him. I don't see it. If that's the case, he wouldn't be going to Baltimore, which we don't know. That's just speculation.
He going.
But if that's the
I'm
case,
just gonna tell you right now, they just gonna swap head coaches.
well, if he was that bad and it really embarrassed himself to the point, they wouldn't want him either.
Where else you see Mike Tomlin fitting in as a head coach right now?
For me, on the other team that in search of a head coach, be Miami.
You got Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, Cleveland.
It's a lot of teams looking for a head coach.
I would love to see him go out there and coach Shador.
Now, that's where, if I had to pick a landing spot for him, that's where it would be.
Or either Lamar, either one.
Lamar too advanced for that, man.
I think, but Lamar.
Because one thing you got to be honest about, Mike Tomlin, he ain't never been known for being a great offensive coordinator. He's never been known for being a great defensive coordinator.
I give him a little defense because that's what he played defense when he played.
We ain't talking about when he played. We talking about as a coach.
And he was a defensive coordinator at Minnesota.
No, when the year they won it all? I can't remember the defensive coordinator name.
Yeah, I remember Dick LeBeau. He had been there a while.
And Dick LeBeau got credit for the Steelers defense, not Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, but
Mike Tomlin is supposed to be a leader of men. So if you take an average player who earned a spot on your roster, because he had to make some of the decisions after training camp on who he wanted on his team. So that whole he ain't had a good player crap, that's out the window. And you just sunk your battleship, but go ahead.
No, he was the defensive coordinator at Minnesota. And their defense was ranked in the top 5.
Did they win a championship with him?
They didn't win a championship with him. They didn't have no offense. You got to score points.
Did he win a championship as a defensive coordinator?
At some point, you got good coaches cannot be measured by championships.
I got to hit the last button on you, man. Good head coaches get the job done at the end of the day.
And you saying they can get the job done no matter what, no matter if they got misfits or what. You can get you gonna win championships.
Bill Belichick had a lot of misfits.
And he had them in college and got his butt whipped. So if you're a good coach,
we're not talking the little league.
No,
we're talking the big boy league now. Come on.
No, I'm talking the coach. If you're a good coach, you can go win anywhere.
How many seasons have Bill Belichick been in North Carolina?
And it don't matter. You're a great coach.
That don't matter.
No, you're a great coach, the greatest coach in football ever.
Did
go there.
Bill Belichick win his first year in New England with Tom Brady?
No, he got drugged.
But you're going to go ahead and say that he taking undeveloped talent out of high school and he's supposed to win it all the first year.
Well, all those years in New England.
Man, you about to sink your battleship.
No, all those years in New England, he got to that point. He wasn't the greatest coach.
He playing with children, man, coming out of high school now. And recruiting ain't like drafting.
Don't matter. You the greatest.
Man,
you the greatest. You can make it happen anywhere.
So you saying Bill Belichick ain't the greatest now?
Well, the point I'm
making
is
you double talking. You saying he the greatest head coach of all time, and he ain't the great.
Well,
we didn't say he the greatest head coach of the NCAA. We said Bill Belichick is the greatest head coach of the NFL. Well, let's leave the whole college crap out of there.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Don't bring college back up in this show, man.
Okay,
because this ain't got nothing to do with the NCAA. In the NFL, where some players make more money than they head coach, Bill Belichick won 6 championships.
No.
Mike Tomlin won 1. And the one he won was basically was just a scam because you seen how he beat them.
Well, now, if you're going to say he's the greatest coach, we're going to keep it as the coach. I don't care where you at, where you go.
Nope.
The greatest.
See, you not being honest, man.
Wait a minute.
We ain't talking about college, man. You keep trying to revert the greatest head coach of the NFL to the greatest head coach of the NCAA. That's not fair, man.
Well, okay, so you saying he's the greatest coach
in the NFL
or in New England?
No, he the greatest head coach in the NFL. Who got more championships than him as a head coach in the NFL? The floor yours.
Well, he may have more championships, but we all know that was because of Tom Brady. All right, you got to take some consideration into that. You had the GOAT as the quarterback. You should have been winning every year if you were that great.
He won
coach.
6 championships.
Nah,
he got more championships. Bill Belichick got more championships than a lot of head coaches combined.
If you the greatest coach and you got the greatest quarterback ever, you winning championship every year.
This what I need y'all to do out there. This was a good show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to end mine, and I'm going to let you close out before we close out. I'm going to say this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Unc kept trying to debate me on Bill Belichick in college in his first season. That's garbage. Bill Belichick is a million times better as a head coach than Mike Tomlin because Belichick ran good players out of his team and still won. And you saying because he had Brady, that's the only reason he won. I ain't gonna argue that because Brady won without him, and he didn't win without Brady. But that don't deny the fact that Bill Belichick is the best head coach the NFL has ever seen, and he ruled with a brutal iron fist. Mike Tomlin was the players' coach, and they trashed him.
What?
If you allow your subordinates to trash your legacy, you ain't a great head coach because you're not a real leader of men.
Well,
now close it out, huh?
Now there's a couple things. Now you was talking about Belichick. You got to give him his props. Now he got a good football mind on his head. I ain't gonna take nothing away from that.
Mm-hmm.
But then on the other hand, you got Mike Tomlin. I ain't gonna say he's a better football mind than Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
But my point, what I was making through the whole show is, if you can put somebody else in that situation what Pittsburgh had, and they never would have won.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, he's a good coach because he made the best out of what he had, which was misfits.
Y'all hold on. I had a little small mistake. Y'all probably can't see it, but anyway, I'm sorry about that, Uncle. I ain't mean to interrupt. You still got the flow.
Yeah, I mean, you coach, and you still, I don't care how great a coach you is. If you ain't got some good players on that team that can play, all your good coaching.
But now, I do agree with you. And I'm trying to close this now. I do agree with you. You do need good players.
Mm-hmm.
But now we got to go into Mike Tomlin fighting to make his team better, even if he had to disagree or fight to get a GM fired. How many general managers did Mike Tomlin get fired because they wasn't going in his direction?
For my research, none.
I'm hitting the lab button. And guess what, y'all? This is the States of Illusion. Y'all pick and choose y'all sides. Definitely leave your comments in the comment section. You can agree with me. You could agree with Uncle Roger. But whatever y'all do, subscribe, like, share. We definitely need all the support we can get to build the algorithm so we can give our consciousness back to the people. Uncle Roger, you got any last parting words?
Well, just, I like to sometimes open and close with a little food for thought.
There we go.
Yeah, see, now, I'm going to tell you something. If people don't value your absence, they never value your presence.
I ain't arguing with that, Uncle. You know why. I'm not arguing with that, and you personally know why.
I know.
But for the rest of y'all, until the next show, my famous 2 words of it is peace and power. That was fireworks, man.
Bill Belichick is one of the best coaches that did this.
Yeah, I give him that, but he also had to go.
And everybody, Tom Brady, he made players that we never seen and heard of.
I agree.
Noticeable.
Yeah, he did. That's a great coach.
You know, like Mike. I mean, he quit on that team before he got fired. See, us as black men, we rather get fired. Let them know, like, yo,
because you know what I meant to say. I didn't say it like. I ain't going nowhere. They gonna have to fire me.
Exactly.
You know how niggas be on the job?
Been
on the job for a long time. I ain't going nowhere. They gonna have to get rid of me.
You got to fire me because I'm getting unemployment and I'm looking for another job.
That's why I was saying it wasn't
18 years of coaching for Pittsburgh, and last time he been in the playoff, he won.
He liked me podcast though. He seen one live.
Yeah, I seen him over there.
He liked it. He like it.
Last time he won a playoff spot, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Same Carolina Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's right here. Like, yo, come on, man. Mike Tomlin quit on the team.
He quit on him, man.
Day, like, yo,
but
I don't respect that, but he's a good coach. I give him that.
But I should have said this too on the show too.
He ain't no Bill Parsons. He ain't no
Belichick.
He was like coaching with his hand tied behind his back, because the GM would never get him no good play.
See, you hindsight.
Who
if you really felt that, well, I ain't saying you hindsight. See, because you had me a couple times, you had me beat down. But see, I finally figured out, I said, oh, okay, if I bring Belichick up, he going to bring up North Carolina. And that's why I had to go hope.
That's why he said, fuck the college. College ain't got shit to do with NFL.
Yeah, this ain't it.
It's got all of them do about if you a great coach. I'm pointing if you a
in
great
the NFL.
Listen.
Great coach is going to win anyway.
Okay.
That's playing a college coach is just good in college. Nick Saban, best college. And I wish I was put that in there.
Nick Saban.
Look, in college, Nick Saban the golden goats. In the NFL, he quit.
But you know why he was the golden goat?
Guess who else won the national championship in college?
Oh crap, we wouldn't even fit.